Hello, hello, and welcome back as I get ready to watch Steve Irwin complete his transformation into Jamie Gum in XCOM 2. Hey, crikey, Pete. Viper King's dead, mate. And, with the dead Viper King, I said I was gonna wear his skin like a suit, so it's really, this point, Pete, only one thing I gotta do, mate. You know, I gotta do it. Gotta do it, mate. Gotta do it. I know, you gotta do it, Steve. You gotta say the line, so you know what? Go ahead, say it. Right, well, what I want to know, Pete, would you fuck me? Because I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard, mate. I'd fuck me hard. Okay, alright, well, thanks for giving me the giblies there, Steve. That actually may have been, like, the most horrible thing that I've ever heard. And I once listened to an entire System of a Down album, so, you know, I know horror. Also, how come nobody ever brings up the fact that Jamie Gum went on to become a police captain in San Francisco? I mean, it's clear he faked his own death after the whole Clarice Starling thing, which is just a smart move on Jamie Gum's part, but to then assume the name Leland Stottlemyre and become a homicide detective in San Francisco? Man, that's just, I mean, that's thumbing your nose at the system. It's like you wanted to be caught, Jamie. You wanted to be caught. Also, the fact that you never got caught, what does that say about Adrian Monk? I mean, you worked with him for 8 seasons, man, and you were his partner off camera before that. How did Monk never catch on to the fact that Stottlemyre was a serial killer? FBI's most wanted man. Or, alternatively, did Monk know the whole time and just repress it? Is that why he was so freaked out when Sharona split? Is that what really set him off? Because, you know, he did get Traylor Howard as a replacement, and I gotta say, that's an upgrade over Biddy Schramm, but was he really freaked out because deep down Monk knew that Sharona didn't quit? He knew that really she was down in a hole in Stottlemyre's basement putting a lotion on her skin, and it haunted him more than his own wife's murder because unlike Trudy, Monk could have saved Sharona if only he'd had the guts to come forth and tell everybody what he knew, that his partner was the greatest killer ever. Oh, that's probably not true. Jamie Gum actually wasn't that great of a killer, but still, Monk could have saved Sharona, and he didn't. I think that's what broke him. I think the whole my wife's murder thing was just a cover. Anyway, I got off on a weird tangent there. What was I talking? Oh yeah, Viper King is dead, and we're waiting to dissect his corpse. Dr. Valen and Dr. Tigan are probably in a tizzy, and I gotta say, it's gonna be an unholy union if those two meet. I mean, we're talking about a Kim and Kanye unholy union event here. Scorched Earth policy, 5 days for intel. You know, I think we're actually really good in the whole intel thing, considering we have 543. Yeah, it's right, mate. Got 543 intel because Steve Irwin keeps stabbing people in the brain and stealing their brains out. I'm like that alien in Starship Troopers, mate. I'll probe your brain and take it. I'm a brain alien. So are you a serial killer, Steve, or are you a brain alien? I mean, you really kind of need to fucking focus here. You're all over the map. And, you know, I'm like Walt Whitman, Pete. I'm vast, mate. I contain multitudes. I can be two things. Alright, so the supply drop is completed. Let's, you know what? Let's actually do fly back to Resistance HQ here. We have 1,012 supplies. I really feel like we should probably make use of those. We have 547 Illyrium, too. So you know what? We got a couple things we want to do. Let's take a look at this.
Welcome, Commander.
An engineer or scientist. You know, I don't really need an engineer or a scientist. I think we're good. You know, the scientist might be useful. Very quickly, though, let's check and see if there's anything else we want to, like, build or recruit. And I think there's some...
appreciate you recruiting new staff for the engineering team.
You know what I'd appreciate, Lily, if you stop telling me that we have unstaffed engineers. There's nothing for them to do, Lily. Nothing.
Or staffing a facility.
We could we could do all of those things, except everything is excavated and every facility is fully staffed, so... I don't know, maybe have them play tiddlywinks down in the engineering bay. I don't give a shit what they do. Just stop pestering me about it. So do we need to build anything here? I mean, we should definitely... Do we even want to bother with the fusion blade? I'm never going to use it. It also takes a ton of... You know what? I'm not going to do that because of the Illyrium thing. Hellweave and nanoscale? No. Oh, we should definitely build a proximity mine. How did I overlook that for this long? I actually love proximity mines. They're fantastic. And there's got to be, there are like some guerrilla projects I think we need to do. Oh, God, you know what? I've been overlooking GTS stuff forever. I am the world's dumbest man. I mean, Stay With Me is good. We've actually gotten lucky with that recently. Biggest booms, sharpshooter, deadshot. I mean, yes, we want this. Biggest booms, yes, we want that. Cool under pressure, you know, I'm thinking, yeah, we definitely want that as well. Stay with me. I mean, you know, stay with me. Why don't you stay with me? Ugh. Maybe. No, you know, I'm going to hold off on that. Let's see if there's anything else. I mean, what else could we possibly spend money on at this point? Well, you know what? We're going to hold on to this cash because our Viper autopsy is coming up, and as soon as that completes, I have to assume we're going to want to probably indulge Steve Irwin and just go ahead and let him build his little Viper suit. It's right, mate. You know I'm going to tuck it back, Pete. Gonna be looking in the mirror, tucked it back, legs crossed, got my little shawl draped over my shoulders, and I'm gonna be asking Pete. I'm gonna be asking, would you fuck me? Because I'd fuck me. Fuck me hard, mate. Okay. You know what? It creeps me out that actually is coming out of my own mouth. Steve's using me as sort of his mouthpiece, and I gotta say, Steve, you gotta fucking knock that off. You're giving me the jubblies, man. You're giving me the jubblies. We have 547 intel. I don't even know if we need this much intel to make contact with everywhere else on the planet. So let's buy some Elerium crystals. A superior laser sight? Sure. Superior expanded magazine? Why the hell not? Superior repeater? I don't see any compelling reason to not pick it up. Even an extra grenadier might not be terrible. Do I want to trade intel for supplies? You know what? Yeah, I am going to do this because then we could just go do that intel pip that's on the map. See if there's anything we want to get rid of. You are interested in Advent Trooper corpses. Well, you know, have like, let's say, those. Yeah, I'll give you 4 of them. That's fine. Facility lead, nano medkit, alloys, sectoid corpses, Advent officer. I'm gonna hang on to the rest of these because I don't know what the other ingredients are gonna wind up being in the old Viper suit, and I want to make sure I've got all the appropriate components. We were building a radio relay down in New Australia. We've got this abandoned truck to search. Also, this intel. I mean, I kind of want to do both of those. Let's finish our relay, and then we're just going to go around and hit our 2 outstanding points and wait for the Avatar project to tick up, because it is inevitable that it will tick up. There's a dark event now for a major breakthrough. Honestly, I would like to see that dark event trigger, and that be what actually... Oh, we got our defense matrix online. All right, well, let's go see. Now, hey, Lily, we finally found a project for at least one of your idle-ass engineers. Maybe repurposing these turrets, pointing them at the bad guys, making bad guys be dead. Increases turret stats. Well, here you go. Jose Luis Lopez, congratulations. You're a new tail gunner. Let's get you in there. We can upgrade this as well. I mean, sure, why not?
Facility upgraded.
There we go. All right, so we got... That's a lot of turrets, actually. I feel pretty good about this. The Avenger is as well defended as it's ever been, suddenly. Let's hope that guy's a good shot, since he was just a random engineer who wasn't even talented enough to get assigned to a project. I feel a little like FDR on this one. It's sort of like a New Deal kind of busy make-work sort of project.
This hulking beast seems dangerous even in death. I will be more than happy to dispose of it.
Yeah, you want to make a comment on the fact that its facial physiology looks an awful lot like the Predator? Have you not seen... You know what, Dr. Tigan probably is the kind of guy who has just never actually seen any of the Predator movies. He'd be like, no, you know, when I watch movies, which is not... Well, yeah, we're absolutely doing this.
Although it had been years since I conducted my
Dr. Valen?
I found the process returned to me quite naturally. This subject was perhaps less intimidating because of its similarities to varying reptile species found naturally on Earth. Because of extensive... Hey,
Dr. Tigan, what is going on here? Are you channeling Dr. Valen the way I occasionally channel Steve Irwin? That's really weird if you are. Also, what... Man, I really wish we had not done this mid-campaign, because I really want to know what the story is behind this, what's going on. Why is Dr. Valen involved in this shit? I'm very curious. 3 days is all it's going to take? Wow, that is fast progress. You've upped your game as far as the alien vivisection goes, Dr. Tigan. I mean, it took you days and days to do the sectoid thing, but this Viper King, you got that shit down. Although maybe it's a Shoulders of Giants thing. I mean, he does have experience with this. Dr. Tigan has dissected lots of Vipers at this point, I would assume. So we've got our first continent bonus, quid pro quo. Black market items cost 33% less intel. Good thing we bought those black market items before we did that. I am a profoundly stupid man. Alright, I think this disabled truck was probably higher in the priority queue because it existed before the intel, so let's go do that first. For once, Bradford actually taking the smart route around the globe and going east. Usually he likes to go around the Horn. Be like, we gotta go from Ontario to California, Bradford. He's like, you got it! And then just he goes from Ontario and starts sailing around the globe to the east, and we get a nice little trans-global journey so that we can go the 2,800 miles that it ordinarily would have taken. Putting those extra 26,000 miles on the Avenger, I mean, it's not great, but you know what? Bradford really does rack up the frequent flyer points that way. I kind of think that's what he's doing. When this whole campaign is over, Bradford just wants a free trip to Aruba. Because, you know, they don't have gin wherever it was you were. You have to go to Aruba to drink gin, Bradford. You're just going to lay on a beach and get heat stroke. You should stay in your little... Also, I should probably look at that plate. Yeah, you know what? I'm probably never going to wear it. I'm guessing it's just extra armor.
This outcome,
though it is
Alright,
intriguing.
research is complete. Oh, come on, Dr. Tigan. You know you're beside yourself with unholy
despite an
glee.
extensive study of Dr. Valen's research reports,
Codename
I have
Scorpion.
yet to discover how she came to acquire such an impressive understanding of the processes involved in the editing and manipulation of alien genetic material.
Really, Dr. Tigan, you're confused by that? Because after 500 episodes of The Long War, I gotta say, there's nothing that Dr. Valen shouldn't know about the alien physiology. I mean, you like to kind of get your business on with them when they're dead, but Dr. Valen, she tortured them to death. I mean, you guys have similar kind of dovetail levels of kink, but Dr. Tigan's yours is not quite as extensive as Dr. Valen. I mean, you're a monster, but Dr. Valen, I mean, she's a monster's monster. She's the Andy Kindler of monsters. And I mention Andy Kindler because people are always like, oh, you know, Andy Kindler isn't funny. And then somebody else is like, oh, you just don't get it. Andy Kindler is a comedian's comedian. And I'm like, no, Andy Kindler just isn't funny. Or is it just that a comedian's comedian is just a not funny comedian? You're not funny, Andy Kindler. Give it up. Surprisingly lightweight and flexible, should provide substantial resistance once reinforced. So we can build a serpent suit as soon as we finish our new proving ground project. I think we'll probably go ahead and do that. Facility lead, Advent datapad decryption, the 2 things we have left. Yeah, I know there's no project here. I'm going to go to the Shadow Chamber and do a project there, if you don't mind.
The Shadow Chamber is up and running. All we have to do now is put it to use.
All right. Commander, do you want to say commander before every sentence? Commander, the Shadow Chamber commander is commandable commanding. Let's do some research.
Hello, Commander.
We're moving towards the end game. We're moving towards the end game. I was going to say before I clicked the wrong button. Let's change view Shadow Chamber project. Should we go with the vial that Jake Busey drank for the second time, I might add? Because, you know, the first time he encountered that vial, he drank it. This time, also drank it because he didn't learn from his mistake in the first can. Yeah, let's do the Black Site vial. That's fine. I mean, theoretically, I think the Black Site Vial is the first storyline mission, and remarkable teleport technology. Dr. Tigan and Lily both A-ported here. Apparently, they've mastered the correspondence discipline and have been able to bilocate. Or was it a sphere? I don't remember what they called them in Mage the Ascension. There's a little role-playing game reference for the super nerds. All right, disabled truck. Does it really take us 5 days to salvage a disabled truck? I mean, what the hell is wrong with our salvage team? They'd be like, man, this is 5 days to take this truck apart. I'd be like, don't you just, like, couldn't we just tow it? I got a flat tire once. It didn't take them 5 days to come and get me off the side of the road. So, we've got Operation Fading Ring, destroy the alien relay. This counters major breakthrough. I'm actually kind of hopeful that that one triggers, so I think we'll take a pass on that. Vigilance increases. All right, so we're definitely going to do whatever this happens to be. We are hacked the workstation on the Advent train. Dr. Pyotr Zinchenko, engineer. Oh, one of Yuri's countrymen. Yes, Pete, this will be going to great. Pyotr and I, we are fast friends. I was the greatest astronaut in Cosmonaut Project as part of Russian space program. And Pyotr was, he was chief designer and mission specialist, team lead. He worked in flight operations. After every successful mission, we go out and get shit-faced. And, I baby make with the women because this is what Yuri Novak does. Pyotr was the best wingman of all time. And I'm not talking about Sky, because man had never flown in his life. But in Bar, he will help you close the deal. He will help you seal the deal. All right, Smiley Miley's gone because, Yuri Babymaker Novak. There's only one sharpshooter I want on my team. And also, considering it said there were only 10 aliens in this mission, and we just killed the Viper King, I'm fully expecting us, and I just punched the shit out of my microphone. I'm fully expecting us to get a replacement Alien King of some variety, so we want to be fully ready. Which means we need to fix Helen Deadeye Keller, because for whatever reason last mission she was not carrying the damn Frost Bomb, and I want my Frost Bomb. Yeah, get the Frost Bomb, Keller. There we go. Frost Bombs and Plasma Grenades, baby. That's the loadout, Keller. That's the loadout. Viper rounds, I think we'll let you hang on to those. Babymaker. Alright, let's make armor available. And make weapons available. And, are we still gonna roll with Jesus? Atlas King is still out of commission, man, and I gotta say, I'm missing Atlas King. He brings a lot to the table. He's not just my own personal lover and savior, because my personal savior, sorry, Jesus, is actually Steve Irwin. Damn right, Mike. But my personal savior is actually Steve Irwin here. What is going on here? Jesus, Man, this Jesus guy just won't go away. I'm feeling a little like Pontius Pilate here. Man, this Jesus guy's really a problem. Do we want to give drunk Uncle Mel a bit, or would we rather roll with Jesus? I mean, Jesus did not do a terrible job on our last mission. I mean, he didn't. You know what? Let's stick with Jesus. Somebody's got to carry the plasma bolt caster. And Jesus was there to keep us safe the last time we fought the Viper King. You know what? I'm gonna put my trust in Jesus this time. All right, so let's do a little editing here. We need to change your loadout because beam pistol. No, you need the powered Shadow Keeper, Yuri. You know what you're supposed to be carrying. Plasma lance. This has the advanced scope and an advanced autoloader. We actually maybe should do a weapon upgrade or two. Also, I gotta think this is not our best sniper rifle, right? Is somebody else carrying our good sniper rifle? We took Smiley Miley on our last mission. Smiley Miley may have the good gun. Hey, Miley Cyrus, you know, you're not allowed to keep that. Never mind, you don't have it. All right, well, fine. I thought it was Miley was making a full movie set. She's like, no, you know, when you work on a movie, you get to keep the wardrobe, Pete. And I'm like, no, in this movie, Miley, you do not get to keep the wardrobe. Advanced scope and advanced autoloader. Yuri's aim is so good, I'm not sure he actually needs the bonus. We did just pick up a superior scope, but I don't know if Yuri needs it or not. Also, Yuri mostly uses his pistol anyway. He's red, Pete. Yuri's mad piece of the year. So this gives us 2 health, 1 armor. I mean, that's interesting, but it's not better than dragon rounds, I don't think. I would much rather have the additional damage output from Yuri's dragon rounds. We're toting this plasma grenade. Do we really need to do that? No, you know what? I kind of don't want the plasma grenade. Yuri, let's get rid of that. I think we're going to give Yuri his standard mimic beacon. Jesus, let me. Well, you know what? Actually, Jesus, you hang on to that. Let's borrow this one from Jake Loco Busey here. Busey, I'm gonna borrow this mimic beacon. Well, you know what? Let's have Jake Busey take a proximity mine actually, and then we'll give Yuri the beacon. Yuri, you take the beacon. That's my boy. All right, Steve Loco Irwin. You know, we could get rid of. We could do a weapon upgrade for Steve too. Hey, that's right, mate. Advanced stock, superior repeat. I mean, the repeat is fantastic, but don't we have a superior stock? Yeah, damn right we do. Put that on Steve Irwin, mate. There we go. You gotta puff up to Steve's gun, mate. You gotta bring it up. What kind of gun is old Master Chef Busey rocking? What do you got in the kitchen there, Master Chef? An advanced laser sight? You know, I'm thinking we go superior laser sight. Advanced expanded magazine. Call me crazy, but I'm thinking we go superior expanded magazine on this one. That's got us sorted. Okay, superior stock, superior repeater on Steve. Yuri is sorted. Basically, low hand we don't care about. Keller, what are you rocking over here? You get a superior scope and a... oh, man, you have just a regular expanded magazine? Let's give you something better, like this advanced expanded magazine. There is a case to be made for taking the advanced autoloader, but honestly, I would rather have the bigger maximum capacity because we have a lot of chain shot abilities that use multiple rounds. I think it's more advantageous for us to increase our clip size as opposed to the number of times we can reload, which unfortunately we cannot do for Abraham Lincoln. So that's something we got to be on the lookout. We got to see about getting Honest Abe maybe a little better shooter here. We got to upgrade it. Got to upgrade the gun. So, good. You know, Jesus, I kind of don't feel like you actually need this mimic beacon. What could we have you rocking instead? I mean, you are a medic. Do we just take the med kit or possibly the blue screen rounds? Blue screen rounds will not you know what? Let's embrace it. Let's embrace the salvation. This is it. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm embracing salvation. Save me, Jesus. You're the only one who can. Not that you're as cool as Sabrina Fair, but Jesus does save. Everybody else takes damage, but Jesus saves. Off goes the old Sky Ranger. Let's get this shit on the road. We got a tough mission here, and I'm fully expecting an encounter with either the Archon King or the Muton Queen. I don't remember which one is next. I don't know. I don't care to know. I'd really prefer to not encounter them, but I don't think that's going to be on the table. Train job, boys. You know how we feel about the train job. Yes, he's the greatest episode of Firefly. That's how we feel about the train job. It's pretty much how everyone should feel about the train job. He's the greatest episode that Joss Whedon, I think. Yes, this is your director, the red-bearded, red-headed genius behind movies like Avengers and Avengers 2. He's Joss Whedon. He made the train job. It was fantastic. Yuri really getting into the pop culture digs today. That's kind of a dank reference there, Yuri. Remembering the title of a single episode of almost decade and a half old TV show? Man, I'm old. Sometimes you realize that a thing that you enjoyed a long time ago was actually really from quite a long time ago, and then you're like, oh, I'm sad now. Just had one of those moments. Yeah, Firefly, 2002, man. 2002.
The access point we're after
This is almost 15 years ago, man.
Move
Almost
to secure
15
the
years.
area. Expect hostile
All right, so we
resistance.
don't have an abundance of time, but on the plus side, we only have 8. We've got 8 turns. Actually, that's much further than I thought. I was gonna say we don't have that far to travel. We really don't, because honestly, all we have to do is get line of sight on that with either Jesus or Steve Irwin. We've got our concealment. All right, you know what, Steve? Since we're concealed, let's have Steve Pokemon Irwin go ahead and take the rounds here, because Steve is gonna have at least an Overwatch shot at the end of his move. If we do nothing else, potential for hacking exists as well. We definitely want to get on this rooftop where possible. Always take the height advantage if you can get it. Little concerned about getting an enemy over here who might wind up flanking us, but I think this crate will shield us. All right, we actually didn't even see an enemy, so far so good. All right, Master Chef Busey, you're greasy fast. Where do we want to put you? You're probably the only person on the team who's going to be able to advance this far, so let's get you up and in. And Master Chef Busey does have our proximity mine. I love proximity mines a very great deal. They are phenomenally useful. Lincoln, let's get you up in a little shooter spot. Keller, I mean, we do want you on the roof, but you're not going to be really fast enough to get into an excellent position. Then again, from this location, we can't see anybody. So why don't we just agree to forego cover? You know what? I'm actually okay with this. We're going to go no cover. I'm getting a little brazen in my dotage here in old XCOM 2.
Copy that.
Baby Maker, I mean, let's just roll you up here, I guess.
Already there.
Everybody's standing in a nice grenadable pile, so let's hope no enemies get spawned by this move and then also get a reaction, because if they do, we're dead.
Roger. Got my eyes on.
Oh, Jesus also has Ever Vigilant, I forgot. Well, I mean, he is ever on the lookout for the agents of Satan. That Jesus guy, man, he's got a lot of talents. He's a good guy to have on your team. Good cat to have on your side. We're actually fairly close to the thing as well. All right, Baby Maker. I'm a little concerned about what might be... Why is this a detection tile? Oh, it's not. We're just running through a building. If there were enemies over here, we should already have seen them. I think out of an abundance of caution... Jesus, buddy, I'm going to move you to here. I want to kind of keep Jesus in the rear at any rate. Jesus is my backdoor man, which definitely has some connotations I probably should have thought of before completing that evidence. I mean, you know, you see signs like Jesus is my co-pilot. If you see a sign that says Jesus is my backdoor man, that's someone you should probably avoid. We're gonna have Jesus go scanning protocol though, just see what's up. Give me the 411, Jesus. What's on the menu? Tell me what you know, Huggy. Are those civilians? I can't tell. Those definitely don't seem like aliens. If they are, they're in like a very convenient spot for us because they are not going to pose any sort of problem whatsoever. My guess is then... Oh, never mind. We have straight up aliens over there and civilians over there. Are we going to have to blow something? And we also have guys over here as well. So the question now becomes, since I'm fairly certain, given what we've seen, we're going to be able to sneak up on this object. But when we do, we're going to trigger... pretty much all of the opposition left on the map at once. Do we want to try and fight that at the same time? Surprisingly, I think the answer might be, yeah, I'm okay with it, because the opposition we can see is not remarkably powerful. And I don't think the Alien King will trigger until he's the last pod. This is, you know, guesswork and supposition on my part, and probably definitely wrong. Because now that I think about it, we've already encountered a situation where he definitely popped before. Because when we killed the Viper King, there were still other active pods in the map. They weren't active, but, I mean, they were on the map and not dead. So we know we've got guys there. We're going to have to be very careful about where we choose to end our move. We also want the Master Chef to be able to spring out, though, and fucking go to the attack. But leading things off with a proximity mine here could be huge for us. It would be a very nice way to start. What a day. It's a great way to start. All right, Busey, spring forward here. This move should still be relatively safe. Yeah, we're good. We good, dog. We good. We got the battle scanner out there. Jesus is our eye in the sky. He's keeping us all sorts of safe. Keller, let's have you run up, take cover behind this picnic table. Abraham Lincoln with his magic stovepipe hat. There must have been some magic in that old stovepipe hat they found. Or when they placed it on his head, his face got converted into what looks like a pile of hamburger. I said it was magic. I didn't say it was benevolent magic. You don't want to put on the magic stovepipe hat. It will make you look like Freddy Krueger, who has been in another fire. It's like the first one didn't do enough damage, so old Fred's like, you know what? I could go again. Bathed himself in gasoline and just threw road flares at himself. We get a Codex and a Viper coming up on our 6. We're probably going to have to engage this pod due to just a lack of options. We're going to be well inside their detection radius. Yeah, we still have plenty of cover, so they're not going to be active. We're doing good, though. We got 6 turns. We got plenty of time. Nobody has vision from our current location on those guys yet, either. So we got that going for us. And the proximity mine will not activate. Oh, you know what might be really, really good? What if we threw the proximity mine over here? I mean, we know there are guys over here. Also, could we not blow up the mission critical hackable object, please, with that proximity mine? I mean, I know you're eager to use it, and I'm eager for you to use it, but destroying the mission objective is probably a terrible idea, Jake. Can't tell if that's hitting it or not. It doesn't appear to be. We can toss it. All right, we gotta flip the camera. Let's put it right there. I mean, we know there's a pod over there. Proximity mine is out. Concealment is conserved. We got a nice little ambush for anybody who comes to tries to come through that door. And on the plus side, we don't have to go in there. I mean, all we got to do is be able to see it. Nobody, you can't see that Codex, Yuri? How can you not see the Codex, Yuri? Jeez, Peter, don't have X-ray vision. I mean, I'm a remarkable man, but even Yuri Novak has limits. So we could drop a regular plasma grenade on these chuckle hucks, and then we could go salvo and kill whatever slop remains, which doesn't necessarily cost us concealment from either Jake Busey or Helen Deadeye Keller. We'd have Jesus around if the need arose. We got Steve Irwin on backup. We have the Baby Maker who could move and fire. The need arises as well. Yeah, I think we're probably okay to do this. Let's go. All right. Yeah, let's do it. I think we're good. Now's the time. Let's pop this pod. Viper's in his train car. I think we just go ahead and do this. Eliminate any potential sources of cover and make these guys have a very, very dangerous day. Have a dangerous day! I mean, when your day starts off with a grenade. Oh, and we got our first critical out of a grenade, too. Sweet. Nice work there, Honest Abe. Little extra damage on Johnny Viper back there. Honest Abe has gone full salvo. We're revealed, so our cover is blown. You have cloned yourself foolishly. All you have managed to do, little Codex, is make it so that Yuri Novak is going to have no trouble at all taking you out with a sweet, sweet, sweet. And you know what? I'm going to say sweet again because it really is that sweet. Well, I was thinking about having him come up there and do a little sweet showdown, little face-off action. Come at it gunslinger style. Stephen King style, if you will. Drawing of the Flea style, if you prefer. But honestly, now that I look at the situation, I don't think it's going to be necessary. Why burn the cooldown? We got one kill already there. You know, Abraham Lincoln's getting it done. We can come up here to half cover, and if we need 2 shots from Yuri, I mean, we can get 2 shots from Yuri. It's going to be fine. We might not even need it. You know what we could do is we could give Yuri concealment again. Yep, this Codex is in the open, which is why we're not going to shoot at it, because the Shadow Fall shot cannot miss, and this will kill that person, so... I mean, there's no guarantee that it will. I'm doing it anyway. If this kills him, Yuri gets back into concealment. Pete, I'm sorry, Yuri. I have failed you, Pete. I have failed you. I have failed you miserably. You're going to clone yourself down to 1 hit point. Alright, well, now's when we could really use the face-off. That would have been nice. But Jesus can still get some work done for us here, I suppose. Jesus, you have the threat assessment Overwatch, do you not? Pretty sure you do. Ever vigilant. Untouchable. Gotta make sure. Medical protocol. Threat, yeah, okay. So Jesus can do 2 things here. He can give somebody an Overwatch shot. That somebody's gonna be Honest Abe Lincoln, because Abe does have Guardian. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, so Abe, go ahead and pick up a little extra defense here. Anybody moves, you take them out, Abe. And then we're just going to have Jesus. Now, Jesus does have this weird gun that we've got rocking. Shredstorm cannon shot just straight up kills too, Pete. There's no chance for... if we... Now, you know what? There's no chance for failure, but 92% chance. I'm going to trust Jesus on this one. So 11 damage, 1 Codex bites the dust. Talk about overkill. That was an overkill moment. Jake Busey, are you not concealed? Why are you not concealed, Jake Busey? Jake Busey's totally concealed. All right, for a moment there, I was having a little bit of a worry. Let's open this. What can we hack? Steve, what can you hack? Oh, well, we should check this out.
Infiltrating their system.
Always infiltrate a system, Steve. You know how this rolls, man. You always infiltrate a system. Yeah, it's right, mate. You got a lovely lady there who needs a little infiltration. You go ahead and infiltrate him, mate. Soldier gains complete immunity from the next 2 attacks. That's real good. We're going to keep that in our pocket. Don't want to take advantage of that now because I don't really necessarily feel we need it. Immunity from the next 2 attacks is real good. It's real good. So we got Helen, Deadeye, Keller. All right, you know what, Keller? Since Yuri has fucking failed us, I'm going to go 86% is not that good. Have you shoot at the slam dunk. A little salty at you, Yuri. Yes, we're a little salty for you, Pete. This is fucking not unusual. You are salty 100% of the time. So, you know, he's fine. No one is... You know, there probably aren't thousands to go, Helen Keller. I mean, we do still have a lot of work to do, but thousands? I don't know. Steve Irwin's definitely going to be able to finish this guy off, and we could use a charge from Combat Protocol for some guaranteed damage, but this, with our advanced stock, also guaranteed damage. So, Steve, if you would, please. And that's right, Pete. And guess what? Me old Cortana bungee thing is really going to pan out here. I'm telling you, I'm rethinking my original plan, Pete. I was going to sell them to Bungie to beat Cortana mascots, but now that I've realized, you know what, Pete? Windows 10, Cortana is the mascot, mate. Cortana's the mascot for Windows 10. The opportunities here, they're unrelenting, Pete. I can just sell these straight to Microsoft to cut out the middleman, mate. Cut out the middleman. Little disappointed, honestly, I did not get some Overwatch, but it is what it is. Not every situation can be ideal. Also, I'm testing out something new. You may notice the video quality on this a little bit better. I'm going to start shooting these in 60 frames per second. So this is a test, and I'm going to keep this episode a little bit shorter than I ordinarily would because I'm kind of trying to gauge the file size. The reason I normally don't record in 60 FPS is, of course, it does increase the size of the file that we upload. And my upstream bandwidth is not fantastic for my internet service provider. So this is sort of a test on the file size. I want to see how long this episode takes to upload. Should be interesting, but I'm going to cut it a little short here just in the interest of not wasting footage. I know it makes me a cheap scumbag, and I'm sorry, I apologize. You're just going to have to be comfortable with my scumbaggery in the efforts of an extra, you know, half a frame every now and then. Or an extra, well, I guess it's not a half a frame, it's an extra full frame. But think about this. In 60 frames per second, you're technically, on some level, getting twice as much with this video as you ordinarily would. I mean, this video has the same amount of frames that an hour-long episode normally would have. So, you know, think about that. Am I really screwing you? Yes. Am I technically screwing you? No. And technically not screwing you is the way that the legal system works in this country. As long as I'm technically not screwing you, you have no recourse. You can just sit there and like it. I can abuse you and there's nothing you can do. Well, you know, except unsubscribe, stop watching me, rate me down. I mean, you could do all of those things, and probably you should, because my douchebaggery does deserve censure, and now that I've encouraged you to do a lot of things I'd prefer you to not do, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up before I dig my fucking hole any deeper. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more investigations into why Adrian Monk never busted Captain Stottlemyre for being the world's most lugubrious serial killer, might consider subscribing as well, because I make weird-ass pop culture references like that with regular frequency. Right now, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.